Hey, what is up, everyone? Who we got in chat? We got Murdoch in, or Murdokin, Alpo or Alpa 1. Who knows? I'm going to butcher all of these. I do know Archetype keycaps. Stop making amazing things. My wallet hurts. And I haven't gotten any of your caps yet, but I look all the time. And I'm like, man, my wallet will soon hurt. Metallic Charles, what's going on, man? Mr. Tyler Durden, CYO caps, if you will. What's up? Who else is in here? Niv 180. CF Canner, what's up, dude? Sniper Bob. Sarah Bacca time. Yeah, we got a nice Sarah coated Bacca this time around. So how we doing tonight? 5 a.m. Don't know why you're awake. Well, I appreciate you're here, man. Hopefully I can keep you up and entertained. Who else is here? Looks like it right now. I know there's some awesome keyboard streams going on right now. But no, we've got our third Bacca in a row. Thank you. Yeah, and it smells amazing. Yeah, we were looking at the schedule around the end of Mech Madness, and we were like, okay, like what builds do we have sourced out? And then Zap hit me up and he was like, hey, I'm ready to send the Bacca like right now. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then what's up, Olivia? I was actually planning on building Olivia's, but she was very gracious to be like, no, don't worry, I'll wait another 2 weeks. And it just kind of...
What's up, Chewwy?
Pseudo smile. What's up, man? What's up? But it was kind of like, Osiris was like, I want to build my Bacca, like eventually, finally. And I was like, yeah, you know, we'll get around to it for sure. And then it just kind of stacked up. I was like, all right, whatever. Lots of Baccas. Can't complain. It's all right, board. I like to think it's all right. So we're going to, address obviously the issues that came with it. This one I haven't built it, so I don't know the extent. But this one was custom Cerakoted through Tyson and his Cerakote. I don't know if he's still doing that or not, but through his Cerakote service, he was gracious enough to hook up the Baccas. So DM me on Discord. Oh man, I might. I'm gonna save this right now. I'm gonna DM you right now. I'm digging this jam. I forgot how to add a new DM. Man, I guess I completely forgot how to DM people. Oh well, we'll figure it out, right? I legitimately forgot. Yeah, that's fine. We'll find you the old-fashioned way. Sent friend request. Archetype sculpt goat. It's a goat. Yeah, definitely been hit by the artisan bug. I don't have the new one. That's, my wife literally was like, do you have everything? You usually forget like one thing. And I totally forgot the allegedly bear. I put a picture on Discord. They came out amazing, and I'm a sucker for bears. So, let's get into it. If you guys, it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be a pretty easy stream. I mean, this is gonna be I've built my Bacca twice. Zaps, another guy in the. This will be my 5th Bacca build. So I'm used to it. Let's just say that I've built on an ANSI all 5 times. So, or ONSI. I know some people pronounce it ONSI. ONSI. You know, if you're gonna make a board kind of with your namesake, you might as well build a bunch of them. So, Brez, what's up, man? Brez, PM me eventually after the stream. Hit me up. I've been meaning to talk to you. Because I haven't talked to you in a while. We played golf a bunch, and then I guess schedules got busy. Anyway, let's switch it up. All right, so this is not a Bacca. But I haven't really showed this off. This is my Cerakoted Fiel that I just exploded a keycap off of. This board needs some work. I built this with Zycos. I literally just like popped this off before I knew 100% what I was doing with Zycos, and so there are issues. And this literally just like exploded into my hand. So. Yeah, that thing just like broke. If you are building Zycos, I highly recommend that you make sure that they are firmly clamped together. Do we have a Zycos counter going? Like how many I've broken? Because that would be a lot. So this, we're gonna try both with the film and without the film. So this is the Bacca. How many times I'm gonna say Zycos tonight? Probably a few times. A few times at the beginning. But here is this. Let's get rid of me real quick. So she got number 18. So, this is misaligned. Give me just 1 second. We're moving chat just a smidge. So the Cerakote on this, honestly, it's a little gritty. I mean, it's not bad by any means. Whoop, Delaphin with the 2 gifted subs. Thank you, my dude. Thank you. So, you know, it's not like, because it's not really matte. It's just kind of got a harsher finish. It's not, you know, it's not rough by any means. It looks really, really good. And at the end of the day, I guess that's the best part, is if it looks good. You don't really spend a whole lot of time touching the keyboard on the metal. But nonetheless, it looks fantastic. It matches really well with this. It matches really, really well with the brass, I would like to think. So we're gonna pop this bad boy open. So what is everybody up to tonight? If you were watching myself, but doing something else, let me know. If you threw me on in the background, hopefully I can entertain you with some stories. Lang, I'm sorry, I'm going to be telling a lot of stories I've already complained to you about. So, sorry about that. Yeah, the Cerakote does look good, but it does kind of look like anodization, which is interesting. Love the Star Wars font. Yeah, that was actually big in part with Metallic Charles and Zap helped me a lot in finding this, and Osiris. At work, lubing and filming some switches in between. I have not tried filming switches yet. I've tried filmed switches, but I have not tried filming them. Well, filming them in mass. I filmed like 2. For the people who imagine running a group buy, how much time, money do you feel you invested into the Bacca? Time? That's a very good question. I guess I didn't really keep track a whole lot of like timing, but money, I mean, I'm not gonna give away design costs. That's not my place to give that information away, but you know, you're going to just think of it as, you know, you're going to wind up spending close to, if you know, at minimum close to like double of what the board actually costs. So this plate that I didn't I liked his input, so Blind Assassin and I worked together to put this together. It is a fixed plate. The only difference is going to be the caps lock, which I believe Olivia, if you're in chat, let me know about caps. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you like standard, but you might be a stepped person. You might be a homie. Actually, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just let me know what you have. Why do some do not share their menu? You like standard. Okay, sounds good. It's kind of it's a tough topic. It's not supposed to be public knowledge because you're not really supposed to know exact prices on everything. So, end of the day, if you do not, it's kind of like keeping your design sort of a secret, keeping your prices a secret. I won't say how much at cost, what it is versus how much the group buy was. So there's your answer. I know newcomers come in and instantly see dollar signs while I'm just over here consuming. I don't understand why you feel it's odd to share time, effort, experience of development. No judgment. No, I mean, I don't mind telling you exactly the time and all that stuff, the effort. I wrote on a sheet of paper, which, sorry, quick side note before I 100% get started. Where did I put it? I don't know. Strange. Oh, sorry. It was deep in the back. These are going to be clip-in cherry stabs, which I'm going to actually I'm going to have to clip them. I haven't had to clip stabs in a hot minute. Anyway, clip-in cherry stabs. I believe these were purchased from Candy Keys. Anyway, how many hours? So the design, it's not like Blind Assassin and I sat down one day and just knocked it all out. It was definitely more of like very multiple conversations. We started discussion in probably June, and the board ran in early October. So obviously we were working on that the whole time, but discussions, lots of conversations, lots of how do you like this, how do you like that, how do you like this, how do you like that. Obviously that time adds up, but I'd say I probably had 10 to 12 nights of Discord PMs, about 30 to 45 minutes each. So you do the math, I guess, of making sure, what my vision for this board was and him giving his input. And a lot of the decisions I left up to him, because he is the designer. He does the legwork. He's designed boards before. I talked to a lot of people. The biggest help I got outside of Blind Assassin will still forever be Anthony001. And which is make a board that you want. Don't settle for what other people want. Just make a board that you want. The only decision I made that was a conscious decision of doing something that I guess I wouldn't technically want is the stepped caps, but it does not change anything about mounting. This was never going to be a thing. I always wanted a fixed backspace. But I wanted to be able to use Holy Pandas and not have to worry about switch alignment. And I wanted as much brass to create the stiffest possible typing experience I could on a standard sized plate. So I'd say, 10, 12 hours of just talking. I had a very good idea of what I wanted, so like I can't really put a number on the amount of hours I spent into like drawing stuff and changing it and talking, like discussing with Osiris about stuff. So I missed a few questions. Yeah, I've done the spreadsheet as well. It gets rough. So it is tough to quantify things, yes. No, I mean I am all, if you are ever running a group buy and you have questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help with that. I can go in more detail about that if you would like in a few minutes. I decided to start the side profile was kind of the Newton getting hit with the apple. Everything else was very similar to a couple different boards that I liked. I kind of took what I liked from other boards, and I was like, oh, I like this mounting style, but I hate this part of this board, and I like this, but I hate this. And so it was kind of one of those things where I was like, how can I put all of this together and then have a side profile that looks like this? It was important to me that the side profile and the like bottom front profile looked the way it did. Do you like GMK stabs? I like the old ones. These are the clip-ins, so these didn't have any of the issues. Personally, I recommend the Durox stabs currently, but I've never used, I've never actively built a board with clip-ins, so we'll see how that turns out. I am sure it will be okay. Disco Crocodile, what's up, dude? We're going to be lubing our stabs with 205 grade 0. Pretty standard. Let's see, more sets. Oh, sweet, the Sunder 60. Bacca, I like it. So, but it's, I also knew the risk that I was taking, with running a group buy. I've seen many group buys run not in an ideal way. So it was semi-private. It was private at first, and then I needed to fill more spots. So that's not what I ever start with. What are we doing? What are we doing, Chewwy? So I wanted to make sure I was very open with everything.
Count it.
Ooh, what do we got? 3 bits by Cool Cow's Game. Thank you. Do you have any advice for sticky stabs? I got a cat kit, and I think the tolerance is a bit different. I'm having some issues with stabs sticking, especially with tactiles. When you say sticking, do you mean like not returning? Tactiles and stabs are tricky. But no, I made sure to be as open as possible with everything. I took as many pictures as I could. I went right from the get-go. I basically said, I'm not going to update you before Thanksgiving. So, it was the beginning of October when the board, when I took payment, and I just said, I was very upfront. I was like, don't expect any information on this until after Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, I will update you with what I know, and I will update you on a weekly basis. And then it got shipping. It was stuck. For those who were in the group buy, I'm sure you remember this. It was stuck in Shenzhen, China for like 10 days. It was just getting scanned on the floor. Like it was just in the corner of a warehouse getting scanned over.
Count it!
Cool Cows Games, thank you for the 15 bits, my dude. Are you using PBT caps? That's apparently a known issue with the original run for some reason. For stab. Oh, are we talking about the stab issues? Not returning. Personally, I don't know what. A couple different things could be happening. One, your plate could be squeezing your stabs, pinching them awkwardly. Two, your cap could be warped slightly. Three, if you're using a halo stem, there's a high possibility that your entire stab or entire keycap is uneven. Let's see. Also, thank you for the... I missed it. How many? 10 more bits by Cool Cows Games. Thank you. It could be something as simple as just a bad stab, unfortunately. It could be overlubed. The switch could be... How... This was Archetype, I believe. How heavy are the springs in your switch? So, but all I would say is if you were wanting to run a group buy, just be open and honest. People, 67 grams, yeah, that's strange. You shouldn't be having those issues. That's very strange. But just be open. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Most people, if you go into some people and just go, hey, there's delays, and you tell them before they find out anywhere else, you know, at the end of the day, they gave you a bunch of hard-earned money to buy your product, which it still baffles me. Like, that was one thing. I was like, 19 other people wanted this, and that was like enough for me to be like, I have to do this for these people. ANSI should fit a tofu. I don't see why it would not. It fits a 5 degree. If it's like an old school, or if it's like one of the Wenkeyless or HHKB tofus, it'll fit. It just doesn't have the extra USB, but it'll fit a standard tofu. So it's, but yeah, like I said, just be open. I was very open with everyone. I was probably not too open in the sense that I gave them too much information, but literally I updated them every single day on shipping. You know, I just wanted everyone to know, like, hey, this is the deal. This is what's happening. You know, and I told them, like, hey, I'm working this day, but when I get home, I'll probably start pulling out packages and seeing what I can do. Because there's a lot of risk, right? You know, if I ever want to do this again, I got to make sure this one runs smoothly. I'm risking mechs on deck, because if I jack this all up, that also puts Osiris in an awkward place, because I would be getting a lot of hate. And there were issues. There were absolutely issues, and I would explain to the issues to Blind Assassin, and we would talk about them. We would talk. I would make sure that he knew, and then I would go, hey, I'm going to go tell everybody. And then I went and told about the issues, because there were 3 main issues with this board that I was very open about, which is 1, there are no, as I am me, you are you said, there are no pockets for the, there were no pockets for the bump-ons, which was just an unfortunate oversight, but it's kind of, most people were like, oh, okay, whatever. There was a small delay by like 3 days because the screws I had ordered were the wrong screws. So, you know, whatever. And Then we started discovering that the wind keyless blockers hugged the inside just a little bit too much, which I addressed. And then there is a rattle, which I'm hoping this board doesn't have, but I do have the ability to fix. Rick Clack, thank you for the Twitch Prime. There's a small rattle on the inside because the wind keyless blocker is up against the plate, and it will kind of rattle some. There's a fix for it that I discovered. But people were very like, oh, okay, like I understand. Most people just said okay and moved on. Slap at the base, man. Do you have plans for the future when this craziness is over to run around 2 or a variant? I do. I want to. It's just like I want to because I know people want one. You know, and I don't. We've hyped it up on this channel. A lot of people enjoy theirs. I have nothing against running it again. It's timing. You know, right now we're in an awkward situation in the world. Being able to take that risk. I do have other plans for another board that I want to do. I just don't have anything set in stone right now. And I haven't really thought about it since all of this started. My original goal was actually to run one this time, right around this time, but then the world kind of shut down. So it happens, right? You know, you're about to run a group buy and then a pandemic happens. What can you do? Bacca60, of course. Rick, I'm about to ban you. About to ban you all the way out of everything. Semi-private or regular group buy. The next one I do, I will probably announce. I don't know if I'll take it to an IC on like Geek Hack or anything. It will probably be just run through the Discord and through the channel. I don't know that for sure. You know, obviously, one, I have to discuss that with Eric because that is selling a personal item on a channel that is owned by 2 of us. So, you know, I can't 100% for certain say all the details. I would like to kind of keep it closer to the chest, but I would rather have a Bacca Ortho than 65. Bacca62s with 2 keys is truck nuts. I love it. I have nothing against Ortho. I just love Bacca75. So actually, that's Bacca70 or 75 is my next planned item. Bacca Ortho confirmed, not confirmed, just saying it would happen before the Bacca Ortho. Bacca 1813. Hell yeah, dude. Bacca TYL. I assume that's supposed to be maybe like a TKL. I don't know what a TYL is. I wouldn't do a TKL. I don't think there's enough. It is hard to design a TKL and make it stand out. Yeah, we have thought of the Bacca65. Colt is 100% right, where the blocker is just where all of the 65% keys would go. But I don't know if that's worth the meme. The Bactal. I like it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I would love to run it. I have nothing against running it again. There's no reason. The only reason I don't want to run it right now is because of the risk involved. And the fact that other people who might actually want it might not be able to get it right now, which is totally fine. So, baby got Bach. 40 for Scott. I love it. Which case is this? Which Bacca? This is the rose gold Bacca. I'm sure you can use your context clues and expert deduction to figure out who it's for. So, and when I originally ran it, whoop, I just realized I'm building not on my normal building mat. That's what I forgot. We'll fix that before I solder. That's fine. I need another main mat soon anyway. Never got to see that one? You never came over. I started delivering stuff to you. Chewwy needs my baby Yoda. I do. I do. Like a bajillion%. I do. Which Duroc linears are we using? What kind of stabs? Okay, so Duroc linears. Honestly, I don't know much about them. But they have 63.5 gram slow springs. Very interesting. So at the end of the day, they're linears. And when you pop the springs out, they no longer become a type of Duroc. They're just Duroc pieces with whatever spring you put it on. Because Duroc makes a lot of different linears. But guess what? They're changing the spring. That's what a lot of people do. That's what a lot of switches do. So it is a Duroc housing, but the spring was swapped. Do all Duroc linears sound almost the same? Pretty much. Sorry, I'm switching my stuff up because I got to get my mat out. My new white on white warlock. Oh, white on white. Sorry, too much keyboard stuff. World of Warcraft warlock name Durlock. Durlock the Key Warlock. I like it. I'm not against that. I'm just clearing everything off. Do I like, or what? Who asked? What kind of stabs? These stabs are cherry clip-in stabs. So, and actually, I'm gonna grab my other Bacca real quick because I don't have anything to type on right now. Okay. This is a Bacca, by the way. For those who don't know, so we're gonna test these stabs. See how I did. You and Osiris should make a video of all your guys' customs, like all of our custom boards. Soon. We have talked about that. We're just waiting on some boards to come in. There's 3, at minimum 3 that need to come in. So that we'd like to do before. Hey man, I have a quick question. If I build a Melody 96 and want to do it with no arrow keys, so it's just a full size minus the arrows and those 9 keys, how do I go about flashing the layout? Well, I've never worked with a Melody 96, but you would just figure out if that's in QMK configurator, which Rick helped me out here because I'm pretty sure it is. You would just go in and flash it as such. So like your left arrow key, where it'll be the left arrow key on the flashing software, you'll just put that as like a control. Or any 96 key PCB. It's just, it looks kind of goofy, but you just literally place where you literally just place it where it would be. You just, it doesn't like mess with anything. So like if I wanted to put X on Alt, I would just go to where the Alt key is and put X there. So pretty simple. Of course, man. Happy to help. Let's see how easy. Oh, these just went into that plate so smoothly. Thank Christ. Oh, man. This is going to be such a nice build. Unless you put the plate with the switch in before you even put in the stab. Professional keyboard streamer. Actually, that was my first group buy board. What, the Melody 96? Sorry for any loud noises, by the way, tonight. I had to move my mic arm, so I added a third monitor. So I used to have them like right here, and now I added one over here. And that's where my mic came from usually, but obviously it does not come from there anymore because the monitor's right there. So I moved it right here, so the mic arm is literally like just out of camera. Do you have to clip these? Yes, I did have to clip these.
Count it.
So if you hear noise, my apologies. Mic arm did get, I got charged for it, so it'll ship, it'll get here when it gets here. All right, what else? Yes, I did have to clip them. We're gonna test out our stabs. The good thing about clip-ins is I am very good at forgetting to screw in the stabs. And don't have to worry about that. Just putting in some anchor switches. Highly recommend, even when you're doing testing stabs, I recommend doing this. Just helps even the plate out.
Oh, boy howdy.
Boy howdy. Chander, thank you for the follow. So we're just putting them in the corners and then across the middle, and that really helps quite a bit. If you stay tuned after the stream, I'm going to fix my Zyko board because the first time I built it, I didn't build it as well as I should have. Alright. If you are a frequent key builder, I suggest doing something like this. I've said this before, and you'll hear it every time because I like the idea of it. Get you some caps you don't use. So I've got minimal, but I've got the Zyko. Yeah, Zyko. We do need a Zyko counter. I've got the icon mods for minimal, so these are these mods for that. I'm sure you've got some caps you don't use, whether it's an accent space or accent space bar, standard space bar, and you use the accent. Maybe it's a standard enter and you use the accent, vice versa. You know, it just makes it easier. You don't have to dig out. Ooh, that is not resetting, even a little bit. Look at that. We're gonna have to figure this one out. We are gonna have to work on that. Sounds totally fine. Terrible. Got to figure out what happened. Might be too much lube, but look, that's the fully recessed. And when I press it down, it doesn't come up. Look how much movement comes out after this. I'm just showing this is either, there's a few things that are probably happening here, and we're going to go through each step. I'm actually glad that this is happening because this is good teaching. Look, I'm going to move it up. Look at that, all that space. It is not resetting. So what has happened is I have either over-lubed the stabs some and the spring weight. This is a slow curve spring, so I'm not used to lubing for the stabs for these. I don't ever use these. So there's just this extra little bit right at the end that doesn't come up. So I've most likely over-lubed the stabs. And that is how I'm going to show it. Either that, the plate could be pinching on the stabs, but there's some wiggle room, but I can pretty much tell that they're over lubed. So I'm not used to lubing these, so we're gonna do some fixing. Zycos, what springs do you use, or does any preference which spring is in their Zyco? Usually 78 gram is, to me, the best, or something heavier is going to yield you, in my opinion, the best results. I know people have gone to 67 gram. I know I built Zycos with 63.5 gram. That was an interesting build. It worked. But you know, it worked, and I think the reason it worked is because the 7U stab is the hardest, right? It's going to be the heaviest. It's going to be the most for the switch to actually reset. So there's going to be added weight to it, which is going to make it harder for it to reset properly. When I say reset, I mean the switch pops back up for ready position. So I think that, man, that is just not coming up. So we're gonna test it on another PCB, or not PCB, but another stab. How many Zycos have exploded on you? Well, 3 from one spot. I had this one. This isn't a Zyco. These are Holy Pandas. In this spot, I had 3 of them explode, and I realized the plate. There was actually a problem with how the plate was mounted in. And then I just had one right here explode on me because, once again, the top pieces weren't clasped correctly and they broke on the edges. So it happens. You know, listen, I've got another Zyco board that I've built. Never had any issues with it because I made sure to do, I had learned at that point how to make them. So the first one, it's, you know, to me appropriate that the first one works. So we're going to try this without the plate and see if that's the issue. Or if it's the stabs themselves. Nope, not the plate. Explode the top housing. So the top housing is technically it's too small. I mean, they're not made for each other, right? So because the top housing and the bottom housing don't fit really, you can actually, and I can show you really quick, what happens is these stems will break because they're not clamped on. I can try and, hold on, get right up in there. You see how there's just this little bit of separation, and I just broke that one easy. There's just this little separation. If there is any separation, the plate is going to squeeze that. The plate's going to squeeze that, which is just going to force the top of the switch to come up, which is just going to rocket your cap off. Need some red Yak Pandas. They do look good, man. All right, let's figure out what's going on here. Yep, switch. So let's see. Let's try it again. If not, I'm just going to have to try a different stab altogether. Entire springs popped out. Yep, this one's jacked up. Look at this. Bam! Easy. Alright. I'm going to have to replace this stab. But all good because I have other stabs. It just might not match. But I might have another GMK stab. I'm pretty sure I do actually. So I'm going to be right back. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just going to go literally right over there and dig through them while I curse loudly at myself before breaking a stab. So, be right back. We back with a screw-in stab. On Chewwy's Candlelight Bacca stream. We are Bacca, man. And I haven't even gotten into me talking about my problems with things being shipped to me. More stories to come. But, you know, I'm glad that something like this happens on stream. It can be a learning moment for us all. You just gotta take it step by step. Also, not a bad idea to have extra stabs. You know, they say, we always talk about have extra switches. Absolutely. Have extra stabs too. You just don't know. Stabs are made from plastic. Plastic breaks. So we're gonna see if it was the stab's fault, if it was the lube fault. Does anybody have any fun builds planned soon? Also, I have to remind myself that I do have to screw these in. What other, who is building other things at this time? I know someone said that they were lubing and filming some switches. Or are you, unfortunately, like me, waiting for boards that are stuck in shipping and or production? Malk 2% and a certain cafe board that you know about. I do know about that one. What's your favorite plate and case combo for Thocky linears? Plate? I mean, my favorite plate is brass. Just in general, you can't go wrong with brass. This is going to be interesting. Might have to even sub out another stab. Just rebuilt my KBD67 Mark II last night, and I'm waiting for my Polaris to come in from Minterly. Nice. Better. It's resetting, so it was a bad stab, but I overlubed the right side just a smidge. Thank you for summoning me. Bantership. Waiting patiently for my Discipline 65. I have an NIU 40 on the way, but built my first board at the beginning of this month, head first down the rabbit hole. Welcome, man. Enjoy the rabbit hole. Enjoy your money. It goes away quickly. Especially when you join the artisan game. Alright, let's try that now. Let's try it in the plate, make sure everything's lined up properly. I enjoy that I said right at the beginning of this, like, oh, this will be an easy stream. CYO posted a pic of some new bears a little bit ago. They look really nice. Oh, shit, now I gotta look. Hold on. Let's see. Oof. Oof. See you there. See you there. Damn. All right. Cool. Can't wait for that one. Just wait until you start hardwiring keys. Yeah, right. Let's see. Luckily, I haven't fallen to the artisans yet. I had to force myself out of buying GMK white on black from someone on Mech Market. My wallet is dying. I feel you. This just does not sound right. I am not happy with the spacebar at all. We're going to try a different switch on it real quick, actually, before I make sure it's actually the stab I am not liking. So let's try a different switch real quick. It's a bad stab. Good lord. I think this was one of those bad GMK stabs, so I think it's time to call in the big guns. The space bar from hell is more like it, man. This is annoying. Not like angry or anything, but good lord, give me a break. Give me 1 second. I am determined. We will get this solved. And we're going to go nuclear here. We're going to use a leftover Zeal stab. Zeal stab, we are going to do Zeal stabbing it, man. Welcome to Mechs on Deck. You're going to watch Chewwy struggle to make one space bar feel good for an hour and a half. For those who are new here, Mechs on Deck is a co-run show between myself and Osiris. We are a nice little duo. We do a Monday talk show about the goings on in the community, and then Wednesdays we bring on guests within the community. Tomorrow we have Mentorly coming in. What playlist are you listening to? You can look up Harris Heller on Spotify. Watch this goober can't do anything correctly. Absolutely, man. Quick shout out to our awesome sponsors. I'm gonna run through these. If I do them slow, I forget what I've already done. All right, so switchmod.net/mechsondeck. That'll get you the lube that I'm currently using right now at 4% off. You can pick up GMK Frostwitch there as well. It's about to hit MOQ. Zap Cables makes some of the best cables. Makes the best cables in the business. So be sure to pick up a DIY kit or another one of his pre-made cables. You can go to mechsondeck.dixiemech.com, pick up something like... you can't pick up this desk mat right now, but I'm sure he'll have some on order eventually. That's where I got the desk mat. He's got GMK Nautilus running right now. You've also got GMK... and that release date for that is going to be... So make sure to pick that up. And then you've got Canon keys. Go pick up GMK Noel. It's got a great colorway. I think it's going to be a set that does an amazing job once it's released. So make sure you get on it right now. Project Keyboard. So check out Project Keyboard GMK Masterpiece starting May 1st. And then Type Beast. You can go to typebay.st, join that newsletter, and then pick up a Rukia. You can use this code or go to this website if you want an awesome polycarbonate Alice style layout. Go to that website, use Mechs on Deck code, and it helps the channel. Thank you. That was good, Architect. Did you like that? I've literally been waiting to bust that one out. All right, one of these stabs is bound to work. I hope someone clips that and sends it to Dixie. That's all I want. Next on deck, I sent you a present in Disco when you conquer that stab. I won't look at it until I conquer the stab. Zeal stabs, don't fail me now. There's a reason you are so freaking expensive. All right. I have faith in me. I can do this. Don't. So, for those who are joining or have been kind of in and out, I am on my third spacebar stab because it is not resetting properly. I have never worked with these springs before. Oh. That's what you get when you pay for Zeal. A stab that works. Just a stab that works. That's all you can ask for, right? Honestly, like, this makes me just be like, cool, friendship with GMK stabs over. The only reason I didn't use Duroc is I've got two builds that I just like kind of have them set aside. And it's not the same wire for the stab as a Zeal stab. I just popped another 7U wire that I had. But it works. Much better. think we're gonna add some washers just to prevent any noise. All right. We've got working stabs. Anyone miss the Len Dollinger REGB? They had a few group buy spots. Reopened. People flaked out on paying their invoice. I did not see that. But this is the fun of building keyboards, right? You solve problems, run into issues, take them in stride, don't get angry. No sense in getting angry. But it's a good, if this is not a good lesson to learn of having backup stuff, I don't know what is. This would literally halt, if I didn't have a backup stab, this would literally halt the entire stream. I would have to stop the stream. So what I'm telling you is stabs, unless you're going Zeal. Where did that go? I'm sure I will find that in a second. Unless you were buying Zeal, you know, it's going to cost you what, $3-4 extra bucks? I'd recommend getting one extra spacebar, one extra 2U. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's fine. My wife is grabbing me a beverage. But yeah, it's, you know, just get extra stuff while I painstakingly get this freaking washer on. All right. Let's see. Okay, and now I can look at the message from Lang. That's good. That was good. That was really good, Lang. Yep, that helps. Novel Key's not restocking Duroc 2Us until June. Oof. Thank you, Mrs. Chewwy, aka Doodle Bob. Yeah, you're Doodle Bob, right? I said thank you, Mrs. Chewwy, aka also known as Doodle Bob.
Okay, I thought you said thank you, Chewwy, aka.
Oh no, I said Mrs. Chewwy. Anyway, all right, we got our stabs. Situation figured out. It is tasty. So it is a Nitro Merlin from Firestone. And you're supposed to like shake the can up a bunch, which is why there's some good head. Cheers. A celebratory beverage for completing a menial task. We did it. We got a stab to work. Literally on the can, it's like shake it 3 or 4 times and then just like explode it into a glass and then boom. So, Costco wine is key to sheltering in place. I can get behind that. Oop. Already spilling on the shirt. All right, let's get some soldering going. For those who don't know, I solder at 660 degrees Fahrenheit. Why 660? I don't know. I think I just didn't stop in time on my Hacko. $12.99 for 3-liter boxes. Breweries delivering to my doorstep is key to my sheltering. So, anyway, why not 666 though? Missed opportunity. I should. Honestly, don't remember how to reset it. Once I remember like reading through the instruction manual and setting it. And then once I set it, I haven't changed it in like a year and a half. Banter ship, that might be my favorite quote of the night so far. I do need to try the Costco liquor. So, Olivia, I apologize for the mismatching stabs, but well, we got there. That's what's important. So, my apologies. There was some issues with the spacebar stabilizer. Trader Joe's does win the wine. Is Trader Joe's Winking Owl or is that Aldi? Is Trader Joe's Winking Owl?
No, that's all.
Aldi? Okay, yeah.
Joe's is like Charles Shaw.
Or isn't it just called like Trader Joe's famous $3 wine?
Yeah, but it's like $3 chuck.
Or $3 chuck. It is about the stabs that we broke along the way. And Chewwy has Chewwy as in myself, because I talk about myself in the third person like some sort of asshole. Chewwy and GMK's stabs relationship is officially over. Calling it there. 9:20 p.m. April 28th, 2020. So, cause of death, spacebar. Absolutely. So for those curious, this is the ANSI PCB. Highly recommend. It's a solid 60% PCB. I don't believe they're in stock at the moment, just because of shipping times being slowed down. But let's not burn ourselves. Do as I say, not as I do, right? We're actually just going to get rid of this for right now. We'll come back to it later. It's a fantastic PCB. It's pretty simple. Layout options are pretty standard. Nothing crazy. These last couple before we start throwing in the rest of the switches, and I will start complaining about shipping. So we're just getting anchor switches. What this is going to help do, these are 5-pin switches or PCB mount switches. All this is going to do is help make sure that our PCB and plate are flush. So, are you a Topper fan? No, I am not. So, simple question, simple answer. If you ask why, preference. Most Toppers are light. And I don't like light. So let's see. If there's ever a Twin Cities meetup, I might go. I wanted to visit Minnesota for a while. What are some good Minnesota breweries? I don't know. Never been. Oh, I don't think I've been to Minnesota. Lang is the only reason I would ever go to Minnesota. Before meeting Lang, so like literally in the last 6 months, I that's a state I would be comfortable leaving unchecked. So, anyway, yeah, so story time. Love you too, Lang. So I have been having issues with the post office. Not shipping, but getting shipments in. So I ordered a mouse. I ordered this mouse. It's a great mouse. This is the GMMK, or Glorious PC Gaming Model D. Great mouse. So I show up and I see that USPS, this is like a month ago, all right? And I get the notification. I look up, you know, because I'm like everybody else. Whenever whenever you're excited for something, and I was especially excited because one, I was excited to try something new, and two, my mouse was broken at the time. But you know, you've got the USPS, the postage, just chilling there, right? And so, like on your screen, or just like on a closed tab or whatever, or a hidden tab. And then I open it up and it says, "Hey, it's delivered." And I was like, "Cool." And it says, "Delivered to the front office." And I was like, "Well, the front office is closed right now." So I walk to my mailbox, and as I'm walking, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call the front office because they're there. They're just not allowing anybody in. And they said, "We're not accepting packages." I said, "Okay." And so I go to the post office, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing, or not post office, but our like pickup area, our mailbox area. Nothing. I was like, all right, this is dumb. So I get home and I'm all pissed off. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call the front office one more time and just see what's happening. Just get some information. And they go, "Oh, it's actually here. I'll leave it out on the front door for you." Like out by the office. And I'm like, "Well, you just told me that you didn't accept packages. This is BS." Oh, Zap here. What's up, dude? I know I'm just like talking over a very large discussion about coffee and beer, and I apologize. Fizzello, what's up, man? That's a cool name. Fizzello. What are those? The switches? These are just like, these are Duroc linears with Sprit slow spring 63.5 grams. So anyway, so, you know, after telling me like, "Hey, we don't accept packages," they're like, "We accepted your package and now you have to go to the front office, like outside where it's just there for everyone to grab." Have you tried Cat yet? I have. First impression, I was not a big fan, but I also didn't really like SA first impression. And I like SA more. Not as much as that. So rescheduled KeyCon flights today. It's cheap AF for nonstop to Denver right now. I will have to look into that. I will definitely look into that. So anyway, I was all angry. And so a few weeks go by and I have another package in the mail, and it's a keyboard. And I'm waiting, and I'm worried that, you know, I see it's like, oh, it got delivered, and this was at like, it said it got delivered at like 4:15, and it's like 5:45, and it's just front office again. I was like, oh, here we go. And so I go up and I'm like, "Hey, congratulations, it's not in the post office box, or it's not in my parcel locker or whatever." Like, awesome. Never would have guessed, right? And so I go up and I call them, and they're like, "Nothing's come. We don't accept packages here." I'm like, here we go again. Great. And so we then go. So literally, I'm just stuck, not knowing. And then it's 6 o'clock, and they leave for the day, and I'm just like, great. I'm gonna move my mic real quick. Hold on. So I'm just like stuck wondering if this keyboard's lost, and I discover, so I call them the next morning, they open up and I give them a shout and I'm like, hey, are you sure a package didn't come? And she's like, oh yeah, a package came yesterday. And then I said, well, can you see if it's mine? I said, oh, well, maintenance is already, that's an interesting looking mic. This is the RE20. It's a fantastic microphone. So I call them and, you know, I'm like, hey. And they're like, maintenance is delivering packages right now. I'm like, well, do you know if one of them's mine? They're like, no, we don't input them in the system. I'm like, one, that's stupid. Why don't you? And two, you told me you're not accepting packages. If you had told me that we're holding on to them and then having maintenance them deliver them the next day, I would have happily done that. But you decided to not say anything. And now I'm stuck here panicking that a non-replaceable keyboard is lost. Opinions on Tokyo Nights. I very much enjoy it. Tokyo Nights is sitting on my wife's keyboard right now. So last but not least, I ordered a new vape. And they somehow managed to swap zip codes of my billing and shipping address. My billing and shipping address zip codes are different. The entire address is different. And they swapped them, thus creating a address that does not exist, and shipped it to that address that does not exist. Said it was delivered yesterday. And I'm like, hey, one, where on earth did this get delivered? Because that's not a deliverable area. And two, how did you charge my card if you put the wrong, if your system jacked up the shipping or the billing address? So I've just not been happy with that. And then what stinks is like UPS, they won't tell you what the shipping address is. It just says like, it was delivered in this zip code. And I live in Dallas. There's like a bajillion zip codes. So there's a lot of space. So should I get Tokyo Nights? I dozed off. I mean, I think it's a fantastic looking set. I think it pops. I think it looks, I mean, it's a black set with accent colors. If you have a black board, it will look fantastic. If you have a gray board, it'll look good. Purple board, like a canary blue board. When is GMK Olivia running again? Just in time to take Mech Madness 2021. My thoughts on Tokyo Nights? No, I mean, I thought I said them, but I think it's a fantastic set. My wife, it's literally on my wife's bower right now. She loves it. I very much enjoy it. It's a good, like, clean set. For those wondering, this is Tokyo Nights on a bower. Little blue accent matches. Oh. Well, I've never been to Tokyo, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, boy, howdy.
Yeah, this is the bower. What cable do you use? This is a custom cable by Zap Cables, the best cable maker in the business. How does your mic compare to something like the Samsung G-Track Pro? I have no idea what the Samsung G-Track Pro is. She uses a Zap cable because they are the best. What juice do you vape? I vape exclusively Beard 71. It is a sugar sweet. It's peach sweet and sour, and it tastes delicious. And the only reason we typically just don't vape on stream because it's kind of a courtesy. I DIY my juice. Our moderator Willio70 is a big DIY juice maker. Would the Samsung G-Track Pro match well with Tokyo Nights? No clue. Also, props Chewwy for a great job on the Bacca60. It feels, sounds, looks great. Glad it feels good and sounds good. I had nothing to do with how it looks. I was really tempted to buy a rose gold vape. I mean, if you vape, do it. If you don't, I'm not going to tell you to start vaping. But I'm also not going to tell you how to live your life. So there's that. Olivia, you need to get, this is what you need to do, alright? You need to get this Cerakoted in rose gold. If you have a Hako, you should get it Cerakoted in rose gold. Recently getting into mechs and planning on building my own soon. I'm aware of the Hako FX888D is generally the way to go, but I was wondering if you knew any cheaper options available if you use the TS 1000 or 100. I don't remember. My keyboard's not plugged in, but right? Like that would make it would be super easy, and I'm sure someone would do it pretty cheap. But as the smokers rise up, anyone have experience with using the hand-sung TFG Art hot swap board? No idea. Still maintain 4.3 GPA. I've also been a dumbass getting high in school. All under you know, not gonna tell you how to live your life, man. You do you. You do you. I live in a very liberal city. I plan on moving to a more conservative place for cheaper housing and better job opportunities. Do you think Texas would be a good spot for me? I'm 21, still trying to find my way in life. Texas is an awesome place, especially Dallas. Dallas has pretty inexpensive living. There is no state income tax. So it is even cheaper to live if you don't mind hot temperatures in the summer and every now and then some tornadoes. I would say that Dallas area is a great place to live. Let's see. Congrats on hey, you know, everybody has their way of quitting. You just gotta find your own way, right? I think I've got it. I enjoy Texas as well. It's cheap and nice weather. It just gets really hot for like 3 months. Oh, just forgot an entire half of a row. Just thinking that was pretty quick. All I know about Tennessee is Nashville. Nashville is good. Memphis is all right. I have nothing to do with all these channel points. I wish to use my 20k points, please. We're gonna find something. We're gonna find something for the channel points during 24-hour stream. See, Stash, I used to live like right next to you because I went to school where you live. I'm not gonna dox you. I won't say where I went. I mean, you know where I went because we've had this discussion. Your area, there are parts of that area that are awesome, and there are parts of that area that are not as awesome. But Nashville in general is pretty fucking sweet. I actually just bought a house outside town. Super nice. Very nice. Give me some quality TKL board recommendations. What's your price range? Because that is very important. KBD Mark II is solid if you're looking for something less crazy expensive. I would definitely agree. Not worried about budget. Well, the Key Colt number 2. Or the Iron 185. Or 180, sorry, not 185. The Iron 180 is coming out soon. I know they did a great job. Key Colt number 2, if you can get your hands on one. The Heine Bush is releasing a TKL very soon. Pretty solid looking TKL. KBD. But honestly, like, if you're looking for a solid TKL that doesn't have anything crazy to it, find a KBD 8X Mark II. Specifically the Mark II. I've had both. The Mark II is better. But I mean, yeah, he said not worried about budget. Commission a number 2 Key Colt. I have a budget. All right, let's try this out. Cool. It works. So I'm not exactly hurting to use my stimulus check. What would be the best way to invest it for long term? Are you talking about long term, like money wise? You want to invest. I'm not the right person to ask about investing. Somebody in chat might be good, but also if you get bad investment advice from someone in our chat, I am not liable for that. Let's see. So we're done with that. Olivia, do you want Great Wave or do you want Floral for the desk mat that you see this on? does Olivia want to see? Floral. That's the right answer. Let's be real. Zerkowski, that might be. I need to. I need to snip that comment. That's amazing. That might be the greatest thing anyone's ever said about me on this channel. That was fantastic. Thank you. All right, so pink board back in. So if you're curious what just happened, the oh, maybe it wasn't. Come on. There we go. Tolerances are a little different because of the Cerakote, so. Why do I hate 65% again? I don't like the misuse of symmetry. I don't use arrow keys that often. When I do, I just hold function key, which is my caps lock. WASD, page up and page down is not something I ever really use. Function key, escape for delete. So it's adding a whole nother row, throwing off symmetry for something I don't ever use. Saves me money. Refusing to buy a particular layout saves me a lot of money. I love 75%. One of my like grail keyboards is a 75%. What's the name of those blue keycaps? This is GMK Mizu. What do you think of 30%? I think that you should double it. Turn to a 60%. Are you in for the 7V? I am not. Oh, there we go. Profit or Kai? I would pick Profit. 7V was so tempting. I went for Rukia over that with the DS65. Yep. I think that was a good choice. I'm not saying that the other one would have been a bad choice. I'm just saying that is a good choice. Olivia is funny. Yeah. I played Apex with her a while back, a bunch. It was fun. She's a funny person. How often should I clean my keyboard? Twice a day. I'm kidding. Once a month. I'm either going to get a 7V last day or wait for the Aki S. You and I have talked about that before. That's a tough call. I would say personally 7V, but... Oh. Alright. Because I've got these available, we're going to put SA Godspeed. Ooh, that rattles. I think that's just the space bar. Yep. Let's see how the rest of it does. Torn between ink blacks and Telios. Go for inks. My personal opinion, but do what you feel. You want to have any idea? Inks are going to be cheaper and way more worth it. You want to have any inside info with it? They're going to run. Do the Satisfaction 75 round 2. Not that I know of. I mean, I know they're doing it. I just don't know when. I just got some ink blacks in the mail today. Very nice. Wait on the Andromeda. Why are they worth it? Inks and Telios are basically the same switch for a fraction of the price. Inks sound slightly better. Inks also have better springs, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know. I'm worried because this spacebar is just so big and SA spacebars are hard to make them sound good. But I might have to go do the little trick. We'll find out. If not, we're just going to be here for a while. What's your favorite tactiles for gaming? Anything that I am using as a tactile. I think that... I guess my favorite gaming board is this one, which is a 78 gram Holy Panda. Yeah, we're going to be doing SA. This is like row 2, row 3 Godspeed. Your spacebar is upside down. It is. You have a keen eye, and I like it that way. Zycos, a God switch. Throw a piece of foam in the spacebar to deaden the sound of SA caps like that. So this is not her set. So I'm just doing this for the build. She's obviously welcome to put whatever she wants in. Is it weird that I placed my left control key upside down? No, it is not. Because I know why you do it. It's more... it's easier to type on when gaming, I imagine. Any key upside down is wrong. If it still functions in the exact same way. Is it really wrong? Well, I forgot. But did you ever send the Ergo Boy? I'm sending them both tomorrow. Limiting my... I'm done. Limiting my amount of trips I am taking, I just decided to send them together. Nah, flip spacebar, gang. You got that. My OCD is like, you fucked up so. I think this will look good. I mean, I think it already does kind of look good. I just think this spacebar is going to sound rough. But I think this is going to have the small rattle issue, which we will fix here in just a little bit. Yeah, I just can't recall the name. The Wolfmark? The Wolfmark WM1. Yep. Oh snap, built that a long time ago, didn't you? Yep, I did. It's been a minute. Well, it was just one of those things that I was like, oh, I'll send them both with the Bacca, and then stuff just got pushed back. Can't plan for the world turning itself upside down. You know, I like to think of it as Olivia is about to have like the coolest mail day. She's gonna get 2 keyboards in one day. Not to self-justify, but like if I got 2 built keyboards sent to me in one day, I'd be like, hell yeah. Actually, I'd probably be pissed because I'd be like, I don't know which one will you go for first. So sorry. It will be the coolest mail day for sure. Hell yeah. Yeah, I try and go on the week-to-week basis. I'm just change them out on Sundays. Wait for 3rd week of May for TX Films. Yep. Sad, but way of the world right now. So there it is. The Bacca60 with a rose, I think it's called rose pink Cerakote, built with Duroc linears, slow, 63.5 gram springs, pretty rattly spacebar, although honestly it sounds better now that everything's on it. I'm gonna have to listen for the rattle to see if it affects it that much. So I think this looks really good. Godspeed with rose pink. Actually, the rattle's not there. That's good. I think so a lot of the Cerakoted boards, the rattle got fixed with that. So I think you're good. I think you're in the clear. I will send Olivia instructions of how to fix said rattle, or the way that we have found. But let's get this out of the way. Let's get some typing sounds. So, hold on. Sounds good. Whoop, too loud. My bad. Probably just. Sorry if I blew some ears out. The space is. This is from. It is sounding a little rattly. I think it's going to be a lot more of the fact that it's SA. So what I'm about to do is just pop in a different space bar. If Delphin, I will let you know 100%. So we're going to try out the other spacebar because I think the other spacebar, this could be an SA thing. Sounds better. I'll probably retouch the stabs again just because I was having a lot of issues with the stabs. I'll work on it tomorrow morning before I ship it off, Olivia. Make sure, and I'll talk with you. But yeah, there it is. So yeah, pretty plain and simple. We're gonna see real quick if I can fix this abomination. Thank you very much. Absolutely. All right. Should be a quick and easy fix on this because the top housing was janked up. So real quick, tomorrow we've got Mentorly joining us. Talk about her 24-hour stream. Talk about Bliss being shipped. New set design. Being a vendor. All that good stuff. That's going to be tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. So very excited for that. So this is what I'm doing. I'm literally just putting a new top on, and then I'm just gonna wait until I hear 4 different clicks. So yep. And look at that. And we're all fixed. Easy. So we've got that going on. Osiris will be joining me, obviously, as we do our build streams separately, but every other stream together. Nat is fab. So we've got that. Also, Olivia, since you're here, if you want this to go inside, let me know and I'll throw it in there because I'm not using this, nor do I plan on using it right now. So, and then we've got 24-hour stream coming up, May 9th. Throw it on your calendar. Tons of awesome stuff. Tons of giveaways. Very excited for all of that. So thank you guys. Real quick, Zap Cables makes the best cables. This cable worked all night, didn't it? Boom. It's that easy. You can go to mexondeck.dixiemech.com. Pick up GMK Nautilus. And GMK is right around the corner, starting on May. And so do that. You can go to Can Keys, pick up GMK Noel. Running this month. It's going to be a very amazing set. I really think you should go pick that up. Project Keyboards, running GMK Masterpiece. So be sure to check out that. Starting May 1st, we've got TypeB.st. He's got an awesome, come on. Ooh, haven't gone on to Via. There we go. We've got, Type Beast, go to that link, join his newsletter. Pick up a Rukia. You can get that link right there in the chat. Nope, that's not the right link. There it is. If you use promo code Mex on Deck, it definitely helps out the channel a lot, so thank you very, very much. So, did I forget anybody? Switchmod.net/Mex on Deck. 4% off lube. GMK Frostwitch going on right now. So, I'm going to look. We're going to look for someone to raid real quick. Who's live? Mech Merlin. Huh. Awesome Hardware is live too, but I think we're gonna go for Mech Merlin. Disco Crocodile, have a good night. So thank you guys for sticking with me during the great stab crisis of April 28th, 2020. And like I said, Olivia, I'll get all this stuff out tomorrow. All right, we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Mr. Mech Merlin. What are we gonna say? What are we gonna say? Something funny. What should we say? Poor Dean. Cheers. I like cheers. Let's just blast him with some cheers to Mech Merlin. Thank you very much. You guys have a lovely evening. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific with Mentorly. Thank you.